Welcome to the Fashion Translator. I'm Claire, your host. Together we explore how AI and innovation are reshaping the fashion industry through creativity, technology, and global partnership. For today's episode, I'm very pleased to welcome Darren Seigel, Chief Business Development Officer at TONA Activewear, a performancewear brand with a mission-driven mindset around physical and mental well-being. Darren, thank you for joining me. To get started, could you share a bit about yourself and what led you to join TONA?
Hey, good morning, Claire. It's great to be on here. Appreciate you having me. I've had a number of iterations in my life. I've been an attorney, a big medical marketing company that had a very successful exit. And my business partner in that had formed this company after suicide had impacted his family. And he wanted to start something that had a higher purpose around mental health, especially teen mental health and suicide prevention. I'd always been a big proponent of the nexus between fit and mental health. I have 2 daughters, and anytime they call me stressed out, my first question is always, have you gone to the gym or have you done yoga? This was a natural fit for me, and we'd built a business together, a very successful business before. So I was excited to jump in and excited about the company.
Tell us a bit more about your role within the company.
My role is in partnership development. Because of our mental health mission, a lot of companies are excited to work with us. If anyone who's into fitness or biohacking or health, wellness, should be watching what they're putting on their body. And the fact that we are forever chemical free is very exciting to a lot of our partners. All fitness to me, whether it's going to the gym or yoga or hiking or swimming or biking, whatever, it's all mental health. We go to the gym for mental health. We do yoga for mental health. We hike for mental health. And I love the message that we're spreading here, also the message around community, because one of the biggest causes of suicide is loneliness. And the things that we're going to be doing around community are really all about just making people feel part of something that is good, that is helping them, that's helping the world, and that's helping their mental health and their physical body as well.
That's a very strong driver. I can see a lot of collaborators looking to associate with this kind of message. I think that today the brands that are looking to contribute and give back to the community in a way that associate also with the product is really the way forward in terms of where the world is going.
I could not agree more. And it's interesting because we came up with this idea around 5 years ago when people weren't talking about mental health as much as they are now. Yeah. And it's wonderful that mental health is becoming part of the conversation at the highest levels in society at this point. Everyone deals with it. Everyone has been touched by it. Everyone has family members or friends or neighbors' kids who are dealing with something. So it's great to be part of something that is bringing this to the forefront.
Yeah. Would you say that this is really the soul of TONA, this message to bring awareness to mental illness?
Yes, absolutely. And not just awareness, but just bring community without even having to say mental health or suicide prevention. The key is really getting to people before they've gone down that dark path.
Yeah.
And so that's really a big part of it. Not to mention, we've come up with a really fabulous product that is resonating extremely well with the consumer as well.
Tell us a bit more on how this fabulous product actually connects with the community and how all of these pieces get together for this beautiful mission.
Great question. So when David Dean, the founder of the company, was conceptualizing this, we wanted to do something. We wanted to create some type of business that could bring in a lot of money so we could donate a lot of money. And when we saw what Lululemon had done in terms of market cap growth, the legging market was very interesting to us. And so David went out and interviewed hundreds and hundreds of women about their leggings, what brands they like, what brands they don't like, what could be improved in leggings. Is there a perfect legging? And what we found was that there was no perfect legging. And women had a lot of very specific complaints over and over again about their leggings that weren't being addressed. Things like our stomach jiggles when we work out. They fall when we're doing box jumps or squats or lunges. They roll over when we're doing this exercise. They get see-through. The seams leave weird marks on our body. Our butt doesn't get held up enough. They bag out during the day. They lose compression during the day. They're soft, but not compression. They're compression, but not soft. And when we went out to do this, we ended up partnering with one of the founding designers of Lululemon and who had also headed up Nike and some other big, huge brands. And she said, what do you want to do? We said, we want to create the best fabric in the world and the best fit in the world. And we want to solve these problems that I and others that women have been having with their leggings. We went out and spent over $1 million and 3 years in research and development on the fabric and the fit come up with something that was unique, that was different, that wasn't just what other brands are doing, just buying fabric that's already been made. We really wanted to create something different. And we beta tested it. We did a small run and it sold 5 times what we thought it would sell, which was incredible. What was really exciting was, I think we had around a 17% organic repurchase rate. And that means they came back and they bought the same thing. It was one legging, one black legging, one light, one fabric, one style. When bought it, they put it on their body and they came back and they bought more.
One was just not enough.
One was just not enough. It was the same thing. It wasn't a different color. There was nothing different about it. So we've added 5 new colors. We have a second length. We're about to add a third length. We have a number of other products, tops, bottoms, shorts in development. So the whole line is going to be built out, but women really love this fabric, this fit. We decided most brands either go small, medium, large, extra large, or they go 0 to 12. We decided from a mental health perspective, we should service all women. So we started with 0 to 24. So all women are included. We now actually do a 00 also, which was some feedback we got from the first run. And we also learned later, we just did it from a mental health perspective, going fully what we call radically size inclusive. We later learned most brands stop at 12.
Yeah.
Yet over 66% of American women are above a 12, which means they can't wear the cute girl brand, the hot girl brand. They got to wear big girl brands, and they don't want to wear big girl brands because what does that do to their mental health? What does that do to their desire to go to the gym? It's terrible.
Why should they be separated? Why should they be apart?
I'm telling you, we didn't even realize that aspect. We just thought this is the way you do things. Like you should just service all people.
Yeah.
We didn't realize there was this huge unspoken to market that was sitting right there. We also heard from women we were interviewing that they were wearing their yoga leggings to the gym or to Pilates or to bike or to run or to hike or to do all these other things. And from a performance standpoint, they weren't connecting with it. It wasn't what they wanted. They felt like they were just wearing yoga stuff, but they weren't yoga girls, yoga women, or they just weren't doing yoga at that time. And they wanted something that really spoke more to them as a fitness person, as a gym person, as a Pilates person, as a dance person, as a biker, a hiker, a walker, a runner. So there were all these women saying, we're wearing our Lulus to do all this stuff, but we don't like it for them. Women would tell us we actually prefer Nike from a performance standpoint, but we don't want to wear Nike because we want the luxury brand that is Lulu. So we're going to sacrifice performance for label, for brand.
Yeah.
So that's when David got the idea to create a true different performance fabric and fit that is a luxury brand as well. And the results have been incredible. And the feedback has been absolutely amazing. Not a day goes by where I don't hear from someone how much they love the leggings.
That's great.
Yeah.
In terms of the feedback, you are using this feedback to connect with the consumers and then develop and grow from there as well. In terms of product, new market, new areas of growth.
Absolutely. We do a lot of interviewing of our customers and of everyone's customers. We've spent the last few months doing hundreds and hundreds, maybe over 500 interviews of women. We also did a research project with the University of Texas, McCombs School of Business. One of their marketing and design courses just did a major research project on TONA's customers, on TONA's voice, on storytelling. And we're taking that feedback and we're going to be adjusting based on that, based on what the consumer wants, based on what the consumer needs, trying to give them exactly what they want.
I think partnering with a university is a great angle to go out and research and to learn to know more. What are other collaboration or partnership that have been great so far?
We did our beta test and now we're actually launching going forward. And so we have partnerships in the works with fitness certification agencies and training agency, major supplement companies, and several others. Really anyone who is aligned with our values and is in the fitness wellness space is who we want to partner with, or anyone who we can work together on some type of collaboration. Could be any company that has nothing to do with what we're doing, but they're concerned with the well-being of their consumer or of their employees. We'd love to talk to. One thing that's really resonated with a lot is the fact that we are forever chemical free. And in these interviews, that's become more and more prevalent. More and more women mention that as something they're looking for when they're putting clothes on their body or putting clothes on their daughters' bodies. And that was a decision that we made when we had the option whether to spray PFAS forever chemicals on or not. And looking at it and thinking, is this something we would want on the women in our life, on our daughters, on our friends, on sisters, mothers, every spouses? It was like, absolutely not. We would not want that on them. And when we looked at it, it was really just a matter of companies spray these forever chemicals on mainly for durability. But we've advised our consumers, wash them inside out with light fabrics and hang them to dry, which a lot of women say they do with their leggings anyway. And I can tell you, my daughter has had TONAs longer than anyone, and she doesn't do that. She throws them in the dryer and wears them nonstop, and they're fine. And she's had them for a couple of years, and they're totally fine.
Well, it's quite extensive work and dedication that went into the research for these chemical-free and this material. Can you expand a bit more on the process, like how it started and the different steps you went through?
I'm not the expert on the nitty-gritty of it. I know that our designer, who, as I said, was with Lulu for many years and then with Nike, we worked with material scientists that she had worked with in the past in Asia, and it was 3 years of development of this fabric and fit. And there was a lot of back and forth on getting really something that did what women were telling us they couldn't get in other leggings. So all those things I was talking about, the lifting of the butt, the no jiggle tummy, the not rolling down, the not getting see-through, and really the all-day compression. And it's funny because I had said to my daughter early on, one of the complaints that we heard was that the leggings bag out during the day. What I meant was lose compression, but she didn't understand what I meant. She's a senior at the University of Texas, and she called me up one day and said, "Dad, I didn't understand what you meant when you said down at the waist, but when I wear my Lulus to school, I get home and I literally rip them off of my body because they've lost compression. I can't stand the way I feel. They just make me feel weird. When I wear my TONAs, I don't even think about it. You can wear them for days and they don't lose compression." All these issues, when we're saying they were having, we went and we worked very hard to make a better product and a better fit.
Compression, when it comes to legging, is really win or lose kind of situation. Like, it can make the product shine, or it can be what makes you not want to wear them or not return to them so often. So by nailing this down, it sets TONA ahead of the competition. That's 100% sure.
Yeah. And another couple interesting things that have happened with regards to these. One of my friends here in Austin is a high-powered attorney. She's probably in her 50s. And unfortunately, she's been dealing with a form of cancer for almost 20 years. But she keeps beating it, but it's always there and it comes back and she beats it again and she's doing absolutely fantastic. But she travels a lot around the world. She's a very successful woman. She called me one day and she was in Europe and she goes, "Darren, what is in these leggings? I don't even understand these things. Normally when I get to Europe, I have to lay down in my hotel for 12 hours. I'm so dead from the flight. I've tried every compression thing there is. I wore my TONAs on the plane. I've been bebopping around Paris all day today. These are freaking magic. You have a whole compression thing happening here that is absolutely fantastic. Wow, that's incredible to know." And then I had another friend who was in a bad vehicle accident and has numerous back surgeries. And she called me. She says, "Darren, I get night sweats. I toss and turn at night. I have the worst sleep." I thought, I'll try on my TONAs for the night. And same thing. She called me up and she's, "I had the best night of sleep of my life from wearing these." So there is this unintended consequence to the compression, the way we've done the compression in these pants that make people feel really good.
That is incredible feedback.
Yeah.
We've covered the product and everything that's great about it. But if we think about the business development side of things, which aspect has most of your focus right now?
Well, right now we're redoing the website. We're really listening to the women that we've been interviewing to change our brand voice a bit, to really talk to the things that they want to hear about. There's going to be a lot of education around chemical-free leggings and the importance of not putting this stuff on your body, especially if you're working out and continuing to wear them throughout the day and having those things leach into you. There's going to be a renewed focus on social media. We have not been doing social media at all. So we're going to be doing a lot of social media now. In terms of just growing the business, we're about to do massive amounts of marketing, whether it's social ads, Google ads, paid placement, partnerships, everything. The sky's the limit at this point. We're looking at retail as well, wholesome as well. And maybe in a year or so, start with some flagship stores and possibly branch into retail, our own stores.
Yeah, that's amazing. And in terms of technology or AI, has TONA been implementing or leveraging this for certain aspects of the business or looking to in the future?
Absolutely looking to the future. We haven't really at this point. We're running as fast as we can. I'm sure our marketing people are implementing AI. In fact, I know they are going to be implementing AI with regards to advertisements, because some of the things I've heard, and I don't want to give away too much, but in terms of marketing, absolutely.
That's a lot of exciting things coming both for you and for TONA. So we'll make sure to keep an eye and an ear open. For the listeners who would like to keep in touch, all the links will be in the description. Darren, thank you so much for your time.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Claire. It was great talking to you.